Hey, it is 12 noon on Friday, which means it's time for this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Christmas. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. Every Friday, we come to you live to help you mastermind to grow your real estate business. And what we're talking about today is show up and sell up. And you might read that title that we've got there and you're like, well, what are they talking about? Show up, sell up. What does this mean? We're going to make sense out of that, of how you show up to sell up every single day. This is State of Real Estate. I'm John Christmas. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. I'm excited to bring this show to you guys. Stick with us. We've got a great show for you.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate, where today's topic is show up, sell up. Now this should be like a motto for you, something it is that you're thinking nonstop. First thing that you're thinking every day in the morning when you wake up is just show up to your real estate business. I mean, you can't make any money if you don't show up. So you got to kind of be there. But now we're going to take this one step further, because it's not just, showing up at the office and, hanging around the water cooler with your other real estate buddies there talking about, what you did this weekend or what you're going to do this weekend or what place it is you went to last night or just talking about ideas. Look, this show up goes beyond just showing up to do work, showing up to actually do something, but showing up in front of your clients. So one of the fundamental aspects that gets missed for a lot of new agents, and my theory is a lot of people are afraid to show up at a client's house, afraid to show up at a listing appointment, afraid to show up at a showing. And even if you're not fully aware of that fear of showing up, that showing up is what you got to do. If you don't have an appointment, if you're not face-to-face showing up with a client in front of you, showing up for your clients, then how are you going to sell up? Number one, show up. Number two, sell up. You got to show up, number one. And then number two, you're always in selling mode. So this is a sales profession. Now, I'm not talking about trying to talk every single person into buying every single house it is that they see. It's not the houses it is that we're selling most of the time. It's ourselves, our service, our expertise that we're selling. And we need our clients to buy in on our knowledge and our expertise, because look, if they haven't bought in, if they're not sold on our expertise, on our knowledge, on our professionalism, then they're not going to trust us. And if they don't trust us, you just made your job a million times harder, because now you're having to sift through what they're really telling you and what it really means, versus them just being open and honest with you, which they would do more so when they trust you. Look, if they don't trust you, they're going to hold things back. So number one, you got to show up. You got to be there face to face. The phone is a great tool. It's a great communication tool. But in real estate, you got to be face to face. They've got to see you. And even before they see you face to face, they still need to see you. We're talking about, in your email signature, when you're sending them an email, that it's got your face in there. So many times I see email signatures that are just a name with no face. You're more than just a name. You're a person. You're an image. And you need to showcase that image to everyone it is that you interact with. Because when they see your picture in that email signature, they start to, they're a little bit more comfortable with you. They're like, okay, yeah, I see this person. Then they see you in person. They say, oh, yeah, there's already that connection already there, because, oh, yeah, you're the guy I saw in that picture. In your email signatures, in your website, your business cards should absolutely have a picture in it. you send out an introductory text message. So you guys might have caught on one of my previous episodes of State of Real Estate, a trick that I love to use is I never have business cards on me. I'm not a big believer in business cards. Why? Because business cards, you hand a business card to somebody, what are they going to do with that business card? Put it in their pocket, throw it on their desk. I can't tell you how many times I've done that with business cards. And I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I took that business card and say, I'm going to call this person. That doesn't work in this day and age. That worked before we lived in the information age, but now we're just being bombarded. Look, if you're selling something, somebody else is selling the exact same thing, and that's absolutely true in real estate. There's tons of realtors out there, so why do they choose you? Because of that personal connection you develop. So that trick about why I don't like to carry business cards is I say, oh yeah, I don't have any business cards on me. Yeah, I ran out of business cards actually, but tell you what, what's your phone number? I'll go ahead and text you my information real quick. I'll go ahead and text you my digital. The digital business cards, I'm much more a believer in a digital business card rather than just a print business card. Because the goal is I want their phone number so I could start fostering that relationship. I need to start selling them on myself. But I got to show up in their text messages. If I just give them a business card, I showed up that one time, I'm waiting for them to show up now. It's not their job to show up, it's my job to show up. It's my job to say, hey, how you guys doing today? It was great meeting you the other day. I just wanted to get a couple quick questions, figure out, because I know you're not ready now, but when you are ready, how I'll best be able to serve you. Do you mind answering these questions real quick? And just starting to build a little bit of a dialogue there. That's one way you could go about it. Look, there's no wrong way to do this as long as you're starting to build the relationship, starting to build the dialogue and establishing that relationship. And you do that and you watch how quickly you'll have clients lined up and waiting for you. But when you're doing that, you're selling yourself. And that's why, so going back to, showing that image of you, you also want that image in that text message, the virtual business card. So that way you send out the text message, you send a picture of yourself. Hey, John Carissimo, cell phone number, email address, website. Great talking with you guys today. Can't wait to help you guys purchase your home when you're ready. And then you start to, again, try to build that conversation. So one of the things that makes me cringe when I hear, if you have any questions, give me a call. They already have questions. They're just not ready to bring those questions to you. I guarantee you there's questions. Everyone always has questions. It's your job to pull out and extract those questions. They have the questions and they say, oh, do you have any questions? No, I'm not. We're just kind of still looking at houses. Of course they have questions. They're just not ready to tell those questions to the salesperson because they're afraid of what that salesperson will do to them. That's the negative connotation that exists with salespersons, which is why you need to sell yourself. You got to first show up with the client, show up in person, show up in their email inbox, show up in their text message. Maybe you're doing Facebook ads, you're showing up in their news feed, and then you're selling them, not on the real estate, but on yourself. Now, there's a few different kind of funnels and pipelines you're probably going to have set up in your business once you've got this all kind of running. And one of the things it is that you absolutely want to make sure that you're doing is once you do start interacting with somebody, because to hook people in, to get their attention in the first place, a lot of times what you're having to do is advertising the real estate. But then once you got a bite and you got to reel them in, that's where you want to kind of change gears a little bit and start talking about selling yourself. And there's another way to do this up front. Depending on the way it is that you're doing this and the market it is that you're dealing with, this can be, you have to test it out and see based on your business what you're doing, because you could absolutely advertise the houses that you have for sale. But another way, and this ultimately in the long run will work out better for you if you can make it work better and be more cost effective than just advertising houses for sale, is giving educational information. Hey, John Carissimo here today. Just want to tell you about 3 things you need to know if you're considering buying a home. If they're considering buying a home, they're going to want to watch that video. And what they're seeing there is you delivering that information to them. So in real estate, this is a sales business, but it's not about selling the real estate. It's about selling ourselves. Because we need them to be on the same page as us. We need them to be on the same page as us, so that means we need to know everything they could potentially hold back and that they would normally hold back to a stranger, to a salesperson, to whatever it is they consider us. And until we've built up that trust, until we showed up and sold up enough to build that trust with our client where they are open and transparent with us, we need to keep fostering that relationship. Look, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're talking more about showing up and selling up, growing your business, and this all starts with more clients, getting more clients, because if there's one thing you need to have more transactions, it's more people to do transactions with, or people that do more transactions. But you need to enhance and expand your database, your clients, your contacts, whatever it is you want to call it. So we're talking more about that, but I want to take a quick commercial break. Stick with us. I'm John Christimo. You're watching State of Real Estate.
Have you seen what's going on in Tampa?
If you're looking to get in on the real estate action that's going on in Tampa right now, we're who you need to talk to. We can help you get your real estate license, start your real estate career. We're here to assist you for the life of your real estate career. Give us a call. Phone number is 813-928-0106, or check us out online at tampaschool.com.
Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Christimo. This show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time, we come to you live to help you mastermind to grow your real estate business. And what we're talking about today is showing up to sell up. And this is a mantra that I like to think of every single day. Number one, how do I show up? Number two, how do I sell up? How do I show up? How do I sell? Because before you can sell anything, whether it's yourself, whether it's real estate, whatever it is that you're selling, you have to show up first and foremost. You can be the greatest salesperson in the world, but if you don't have anyone to sell to, then what does it matter? So you got to show up first and foremost, and then you're able to sell up. Then you're able to start that sales process. And look, that whole kind of sell up part. So I like to come from the standpoint, and this is a really great way to differentiate yourself, and you've probably noticed this if you follow Tampa School of Real Estate whatsoever, that we differentiate ourselves by being better. And that's a great way to differentiate yourself. And when you're better, it doesn't necessarily matter as much about the price it is that you charge. Because you'll have people that comparison shop based on price. You know, in real estate, there's you that might want to charge, let's say you want to charge a 7% commission, but there's somebody else that is willing to do it for 6%, or maybe do it for 5%, or maybe even low ball down for 4% just because they're struggling to get a listing. So Why would they pay 7% for you when they get somebody else for 5%? Well, what's that extra 2%? Why? It's the same thing, so why pay the extra 2%? That's the difference. It's not the same thing. And you need to make sure it's not the same thing. So you need to be selling up your value, what it is that you bring to the table that no one else does. You know, people need to think that, yeah, John Charisma is worth that extra 2%, or whoever you are, that you're worth that extra percentage of whatever more it is that you're wanting to charge. So, and in order to charge that higher rate, you've got to increase your value. You've got to show how you're a trustworthy resource for them, number one. That's a given, because you won't get any percentage if they don't trust you. You've got somebody you're competing with that's offering 7% and you're offering 5%. And, you know, let's say you are offering the same thing at that lower rate of commission, but if they don't trust you, they're still probably going to pay more for somebody that they trust, even if the services and what is being offered are identical. So the trust is always the prerequisite to this, and you've always got to sell that trust first and foremost, so that way you could get further. And this always comes at the beginning, again, of building the relationship. If you don't have the relationship built, then you're not ready to sell them something yet. You can't sell them yourselves because they don't know who you are. So you've got to establish that trust and that connection with them before you could go any further than that. So let's talk about maybe some other ways it is that you can show up. Let's talk about that. So again, I already gave you my business card trick. Oh, I don't have any business cards on me, but what's your phone number? I'll text you my information. You know, it's a harmless text message. That can't be that bad. And when you're confident in the delivery, they won't even think twice about it. Oh yeah, it's this number. When you're ready there, what's your phone number? You're waiting for it. They're going to give it to you. If you're confident in the delivery, if you're ready, if you're prepared, if you seem professional, you're going to get that information. And now look, when they've given you that information, you've earned that information. And you don't want to make them regret giving you the information. So now what is it that you do? Well, in order to really provide the greatest service it is that you can, and if you're looking to sell up, if you're looking to charge a higher rate of commission, a higher price, whatever it is that we're calling it, a higher fee, then you need to make sure that you've established that relationship with them. And that's what your goal is first and foremost. So you could show up in their text messages. You could show up on their Facebook newsfeed. You know, this is a great way to start bringing attention to you. And if you don't have any attention on you, then you're just constantly out there chasing after leads and chasing after clients. But if you start throwing some bait out there, essentially, I've been using a lot of fishing references today. You start throwing some bait out there, you get some attention on yourself, and then you start kind of reeling them in with the information it is that you're delivering. So Facebook news feeds, the ways to show up there, because you might say, well, how do I get them to like my Facebook page? Look, if you're just trying to get people to like your Facebook page, it might work, but even if they do like your Facebook page, then they've got to turn it on where they see your post, which if you've just got constant sales posts, they're probably not going to see it. Or, you know, you might have a great piece of information, but you posted it a year ago. They're not scrolling back through your news feed to a year ago to try to find that one video. It's your job to show up with that right information at the right time. And look, if you're using Facebook at all, I would go out on a limb and say in this day and age right now in 2018 that Facebook is pretty much pointless for the organic side of things, at least with real estate. Now, the exceptions to this is if you do already have an established following and maybe you're really proactive with Facebook, you know, maybe you can make it work, but there's much more efficient and cost-effective ways when you start weighing out the cost of your time put into these platforms. So that's where advertising comes in. And yes, it will cost you money, but it's so much more effective than just trying to do it organically, which Facebook has basically made it impossible to get any business organically because they do want you to pay for advertising. So when you do go to show up in these different mediums, you want to think of how it is that you're showing up for the clients, how it is that they're seeing your information and what information it is that they're seeing. You know, if you're just posting some random, nonsense about the 13 ugliest homes, the 13 most beautiful homes, or something like that, it's maybe something that might pique their interest, but are you selling? You're showing up, but are you selling? Are you selling your value? And this is where you got to hone in on the people that are your potential clients, the people that are out there that might be attracted to that bait. And, this goes against a lot of the stuff that you see where, people say, just put some stuff out there that people are interested in, that they'll engage with, and so on and so forth. Yeah, but make sure it's something that's going to be selling you. If you want to put some content out there that's going to try to engage, yes, you always want to engage, but it just shouldn't be about some nonsense. It should be about something related to them using your business. So if you're targeting buyers, people that want to buy property, again, hey, quick article, video, or infographic about 3 things you need to know before you buy a home. Something simple like that. Or, maybe you're targeting sellers. 3 things you need to know before you sell a home. Maybe you're doing property management and you're targeting landlords. 3 things you should know, or, choose whatever number it is that you want to throw together with this information, but maybe targeting property management and landlords, 3 things you should know about choosing a property management company, or 3 things you should know to get better tenants, or 3 things you should know to something that makes sense and appeals to property managers and how it ties into your service. Look, if you're just putting information out there that does not tie into your service, you're wasting your time. Because, yeah, you might get people to see that information, but it's not going to have an end result for you. It's not getting you what it is that you want. And that's a big mistake a lot of agents make with social media. Because a lot of social media stuff out there says that, oh yeah, you want to put stuff out that's engaging and exciting, and people stop there. And okay, engaging, exciting, humorous, funny, whatever it is, but people like it, people are liking it. Look, it doesn't matter how many likes it is. How much do you get paid for a like? How much do you get paid for a share? How much do you get paid for a comment? You don't, unless what it is that they're liking, sharing, and commenting ties into your business and is showcasing your business. Look, we live in the information age, and people want information. They're going to seek out information before they deal with us as a realtor. It's our job to show up and then sell that information. And look, even if we're giving away the information for free, we're still selling the information because we've got to stand out from all the free information out there, from all the other information that's out there that they could easily find. Number 1 way of overcoming that is showing up with that information. Number 2, selling that information and why this information is accurate and important and relevant. So that's the show up and sell up if, maybe we're talking about a newsfeed. Maybe we're talking about, okay, you've got their phone number, you're just going to shoot them some text messages. Say, hey, great talking with you today. I'll check back in with you guys in a couple days. So you check back in a couple days, you show up again. They say, hey, look, I wanted to send you guys this video here. It's a real quick video, just has a couple pieces of information about 3 things you should know before you sell your house. I know you're not ready yet, but I want you guys to be thinking about these things as you get ready to sell your house. Or maybe they're talking about making some improvements on the property. Look, it doesn't even have to be a video. Maybe it's some sort of article. Maybe it's a infographic. And the mistake a lot of agents make is they're, I don't want to say lazy, but trying to be efficient with their time with this information. And they'll just send them a link to something on maybe realtor.com or some blog it is that they found, but it's not their information. Look, when it's not your information, you're not doing anything to sell yourself. And you're just basically showing them, hey, I don't have the information, but go here and you'll find the information. That doesn't make us look very professional. That doesn't make us look like we're worth any more than any other agent out there. It's actually saying, hey, this resource over here is actually worth more than me. Now, maybe you're giving some sort of article, you're maybe citing some statistics, that's okay. But look, this needs to be your content, whether it's a blog that you have, or whether it's videos that you have, whether it's infographics that you have. This needs to be all centered around you, that this information is coming from you. Because ultimately it is. Even if you are the one referring them out to these other websites, hey, go check out this article on Realtor.com. Might be a great article, might be extremely helpful, and it might be something that you've curated to bring to them. But again, you're sending them elsewhere. And what you're telling them is, hey, I don't have the information you need, go seek out elsewhere. Whereas when it's your information, you're going to be the one it is that they come to when they have questions, when they have concerns, when they're wondering about something, even when they're not ready to buy or sell yet, and that's the point. You want to catch them early in the pipeline, because the earlier it is that you catch them, the longer it is before they want to sell their property. You know, a lot of agents, they'll say, oh, this person doesn't want to sell their house for another 2 years. It's not worth my time to invest any time and energy in them. It absolutely is. That time and energy is best spent when they're 2 years out. Because they really actually might only be a year out, or maybe only 6 months out, but they just told you 2 years. But the further out they are, the more opportunity you have to establish the relationship, because once you've got that relationship established, super easy sale to go through when you're ready to do it. But you want to build that relationship first before anything. And look, that's about all the time it is we have for this week's episode of State of Real Estate. Thank you guys for tuning in. Look, if you want to see more of these episodes, go to tampaschool.com. I'm going to put that up here on the board, tampaschool.com/success. tampaschool.com/success. That's our success center. We've got hundreds of episodes of Ask the Instructor, State of Real Estate, articles, calculators, so much information that will help you build a successful real estate career. So definitely check that out, tampaschool.com/success. It's about all the time it is that we've got for today, but thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for liking, thank you for commenting, thank you for sharing this video with your colleagues. You know, you've got my permission, if you haven't shared it already, to share it with anyone it is that you might think that this video will help them out. Send that their way and help them out. That's all the time we got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next week for Ask the Instructor.
Have you seen what's going on in Tampa?
If you're looking to get in on the real estate action that's going on in Tampa right now, we're who you need to talk to. We can help you get your real estate license, start your real estate career. We're here to assist you for the life of your real estate career. Give us a call. Phone number is 813-928-0106, or check us out online at tampaschool.com.
Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate.